$22,718. That's what the average Miami homeowner now pays in property insurance every year, according to the Insurance Information Institute, on a home they already own. You've been told the only thing breaking housing is mortgage rates. Wrong. The thing breaking these markets is the cost of just owning the home, insurance, property taxes, HOA assessments, bills that do not drop when the Fed cuts rates. That's why today we're ranking the 7 states becoming the new Texas and Florida, because this carrying cost trap is the inheritance the next 7 states are receiving, not the boom. We're going to show you the one state where property taxes have jumped 52.9% in 5 years, the highest in America. The state where homeowners are now the most behind on their mortgages in the country. And it's not Florida. And the state that just repealed the law stopping insurance companies from dropping you. Structurally worse than Florida, the same week Florida started to recover. Stick with us. First, look at what's actually happening in Texas and Florida right now, because the brochure version and the data version are two different worlds. Austin's median sold price is down 24.1% from its May 2022 peak. Active listings are up 714% since April 2022, from about 2,031 homes to over 16,546. As of November, 53.4% of Austin area listings carried a price cut. That's not a soft landing, that's a market in retreat. Florida is worse in the segment nobody's watching, condos. The statewide median condo price fell 8.1% year over year in August, the largest August decline since 2010. Miami-Dade condos dropped below $400,000 for the first time in 3 years. Statewide condo supply hit 13.2 months. For context, a balanced market is 6. Florida condos are sitting at more than double that, and the inventory keeps building. And here's where it gets worse. Because of Senate Bill 4D, the post-Surfside Structural Reserve Law, Florida condo owners are now getting hit with special assessments of $20,000 to $100,000 per unit. Some Northeast Miami-Dade high-rises are facing assessments up to $400,000 per unit on a home they may already own free and clear. This is the failure mode 2008 didn't have. In 2008, the problem was the loan. In 2026, the problem is the cost of simply owning the home. A paid-off Florida condo with no mortgage at all can become unaffordable overnight through a 6-figure special assessment. Now, look at the builders, because the builders tell you where the next wave is headed. Lennar, one of the largest home builders in America, gave away approximately 14% in incentives and price adjustments in its most recent quarter. CEO Stuart Miller said those words on the December earnings call. The average sale price fell to $386,000, down 10.2% year over year. Gross margins collapsed 510 basis points. D.R. Horton, the largest builder in the country, told investors the trend is still pointing toward higher incentives. In Houston, buyers are being offered $15,000 to $29,000 in flex cash. D.R. Horton is advertising a 0.99% introductory mortgage rate. M.I. Homes is offering first-year rates as low as 1.875%. That's not what a healthy market looks like. That's what a market clearing inventory looks like. And here's the part that should make you pay attention, whether you own, you're buying, or you're trying to sell. The builders are not regional. The incentive and buy-down playbook they've been running in Texas and Florida is now being deployed across every Sunbelt region. The insurance carriers that repriced Florida are repricing your state next through the exact same reinsurance mechanism. And the institutional investors that bought up entire neighborhoods in the boom, they've been net sellers for 7 consecutive quarters as of the latest batch data report. They unloaded 23% more homes than they bought in early 2025. If you're getting value from this so far, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. This channel exists to tell you what the mainstream housing media is afraid to. Now, let's get into the 7 states. Number 7 is Tennessee. Nashville's typical home value is around $423,694, down 0.3% year over year. Active listings hit 11,400, a multi-year high, with homes sitting 28 to 33 days on market. May inventory was up 29% year over year, closings down 18%. Tennessee has a real tailwind, no state income tax, and that's keeping a floor under prices. But the cooling is undeniable. If you're a Nashville seller, assuming you can name your price the way you could in 2022, the data already disagrees with you. Number 6 is Idaho. And I want to be honest with you about this one because it's the test of whether this channel tells you what you want to hear or what the data actually says. Boise corrected hard in 2022 and 23 and is now stabilizing. Ada County's median sale price was up 2.45% for full year 2025. Inventory is only 2.4 months. The Micron expansion underpins demand. Boise is not the next Sunbelt crash story. It's the case study in what a real correction looks like when it's allowed to finish. Mention it as a counterexample, not a warning. Number 5 is Georgia, and this is where it gets serious. Atlanta's median sale price was $378,000 in January, down 0.53% year over year, with homes averaging 100 days on market. But here's the number that should stop you. According to John Burns Research and Consulting, institutional investors, Wall Street landlords, own 27.9% of Atlanta's single-family rental homes. The American Economic Liberties Project counts roughly 72,000 institutionally owned homes, about 30% of Atlanta's single-family rental market. That is 4 times the national average. Build-to-rent units are up 1,381% since 2019. Georgia mortgage delinquency rose 25 basis points year over year in the first quarter, the 3rd largest jump in the country. Property taxes are up 51.5% over 5 years. And here's the controversial but defensible part. Those institutional investors have stopped buying, but they haven't started selling. Atlanta is the largest institutional overhang in America. If holding flips to selling, no other metro has more supply to unwind into a market that is already softening. Number 4 is Nevada. Las Vegas single-family homes are at a median of about $470,000, down roughly 2% year over year. Inventory is up 31%. There are over 7,500 unsold single-family listings, up 37% year over year. Days on market, about 55. Investor purchases fell 20% in the third quarter of 2025, the steepest drop of any major metro in America, according to Redfin. Nevada was a top 10 foreclosure state in the ATTOM year-end 2025 report. And the math matters here. That $470,000 Las Vegas home at today's mortgage rate of about 6.5% with 20% down is roughly $2,375 a month in principal and interest. The same home at 2021's 3% rate was about $1,585. That's a $790 monthly affordability gap before you've paid a single dollar of property tax or insurance. And Vegas has always cooled first and rebounded early, meaning it leads the cycle in both directions. Right now, it's leading down. Number 3 is Arizona. The Phoenix Zillow Home Value Index is down 4% year over year as of mid-2025. The median time on market is stretched to 63 days. 31.3% of Phoenix listings carried price cuts in May. But here's the number nobody is reporting on. Arizona posted the largest quarterly mortgage delinquency increase in the entire nation in the third quarter, up 29 basis points according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. And institutional investors are selling. ATTOM data shows the institutional share fell from 8.2% to 7.5% as pandemic-era snowbirds and Wall Street sellers exit. Phoenix correction plus delinquency surge plus investor exit equals supply pressure compounding on a market that's already pricing down. That's not a soft landing. That's a market with 3 problems hitting at the same time. So before I get to the top 2, here's a controversial take that's going to upset half the comment section. The states being marketed as the next Texas and Florida are not inheriting the boom. They're inheriting the problem set. And here's the part nobody's telling you. The thing breaking these markets isn't the mortgage rate, it's the carrying cost. Insurance, property taxes, HOA assessments, a permanent cost that rises even after your mortgage is paid off. A cost that does not come down when the Fed cuts rates. The person buying in Denver, Phoenix, or the Gulf Coast in 2026 is buying into the exact carrying cost trap that has already broken the original Sunbelt. If you think that's wrong, the comments are open. We'll be there. Hit that like button if you'd rather hear the truth than the brochure, because that's what tells the algorithm to push this video to more people. Number 2 is Colorado. Denver Metro single family is roughly flat at about $625,000. Condos and townhomes are down 3.7%, with the median at $395,000. Colorado Springs fell 5.2%, but the real story is the carrying cost. Colorado homeowners insurance averages about $4,100 a year, up 137% over the past decade, according to NBER research, driven by hail and wildfire. And here's the number Cotality, formerly CoreLogic, just made public. Colorado property taxes rose 52.9% from 2019 to 2024, the highest in the entire country. Foreclosure activity in Colorado was up 41% in the first half of 2025. The triple squeeze of tax, insurance, and HOA dues is hitting Denver condos hardest, creating a bifurcated market where the most affordable segment is the most distressed. Same pattern as Florida condos. The mortgage isn't what's disqualifying buyers anymore. The carrying cost is. And the number 1 state becoming the new Texas and Florida, except it's already worse than Florida, is Louisiana. According to the Intercontinental Exchange Mortgage Technology Mortgage Monitor, Louisiana ranked first in the nation for non-current mortgage percentage at 7.52% in March, and first for 90-plus day delinquency at 2.02%, the largest year-over-year serious delinquency increase in the country, up 1.87%. Louisiana Citizens, the state's insurer of last resort, approved a 63% average rate increase in 2022. In some parishes, rates went up 111%. Since Hurricane Ida, the average Citizens policyholder has seen rates rise approximately 164%. 12 insurers failed after Ida. Louisiana now has the nation's 5th highest home premiums. Home insurers denied 44.6% of claims filed in 2024. And here's the part that makes this video about Louisiana, not Florida. Effective January 1st, 2025, Louisiana repealed its 3-year rule, the consumer protection that prevented insurance companies from dropping long-held policyholders at will. The exact same week Florida's tort reform started stabilizing its insurance market, and Citizens dropped from 1.42 million policies to 385,000. Louisiana went the other direction. Florida is healing. Louisiana is structurally worsening. So here's where this leaves you, depending on who you are. If you own a home in any of these 7 states, you're not in a 2008-style crisis. Your equity is strong, your loan is fixed, and lending standards are tight. But your carrying cost is rising on a curve that doesn't bend when rates fall. And that is what's eating your home equity from the inside. If you're buying, don't buy the headline price. Run the full math on insurance, property tax, and HOA. Those numbers, not the mortgage payment, are what's breaking deals at the closing table right now. And if you're selling, stop pricing your home for the 2022 buyer. That buyer doesn't exist anymore. The buyer who exists today is doing carrying cost math, and your house is competing with builder incentives of up to 14% just down the road. This is the slowest motion real estate event in modern American history, a carrying cost correction, not a credit collapse. And next, we're pulling back the curtain on the condo time bomb. More than 1,400 Florida condo builders are on Fannie Mae's lending blacklist, which means buyers can't get a conventional mortgage to buy them. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so the next video lands in your feed the moment it drops. And watch this one next. We'll see you next time.